welcome to another eBusiness Boss tutorial. For any of you that haven't been here before, my name's Nick and this channel is all about helping you guys grow your online business. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how not to hire virtual assistants, and I'm doing it with the hope that I can show you how to hire virtual assistants. We've hired plenty of them in the past and hopefully you find this video useful. So let's get started. First of all, if you're not using a trusted website, you are leaving yourself vulnerable to all sorts of risks. Not only are you going to be potentially wasting your time, but you might well be wasting your money, as well as various other security risks. So if you're starting out with hiring VAs, I'd recommend using a platform like Upwork or onlinejobs.ph as another good example. We've hired a lot of VAs, and by hiring them, it's allowed us to automate a lot of our operations. So that's key. If you really want to scale up an online business, you'll soon realize that you start to sort of act as a bottleneck, and you need to outsource the tasks that take up the majority of your time. You need to be focusing on the growth operations. So by using VAs that live in a country where there's a lower cost of living, their salaries are obviously naturally much lower. So it's a win for them and it's a win for us. We're not, here to, try and rip anyone off. We want a win-win for both sides. And yeah, if you decide that you want to hire a VA, you need to protect your interests. So that's why I recommend using a site like Upwork. They have a reputation to uphold on sites like Upwork, and yeah, you can look at their overall rating, you can look at what other people like you have said about the work they've done for them. Our preferred platform is Upwork, as I've mentioned, and later on in this video I'm going to show you exactly how we use it, and I'll show you how we go about setting up a job post. So another way not to do it is to hire quickly without planning anything out. So don't rush the process, because you're going to be at risk of wasting a lot of time and a lot of money. Before we post the job, we will create a job specification in line with actually what we're trying to achieve, which sounds simple, but some people rush in, start hiring, talking to VAs without actually working out what they want them to do. So take the time to plan it out so that you know exactly what you're looking for. Then you can write up a proposal and your job post, and you can basically save yourself a big headache in the long run. Your proposal should include expectations for the experience and skill level of your VA, which I'll go into again shortly. Make sure you also include a clear list of maybe the software or tools your VA will be expected to be comfortable with, obviously if that's relevant to your job post. Another sure way to fail when it comes to hiring a VA is hiring the first person you find. So I'm not saying the first person you find won't be the right candidate for you. How could I possibly know that? They might be the best VA out there. So what I'm getting at when I'm saying that is you need to be patient. You need to aim to create a short list of 5 to 10 appropriate candidates, and when you're searching for candidates, search specifically. So use keywords that are relevant to the task. So I'm going to show you shortly an example of us when we were looking to hire a customer service VA. So customer service, that's a very simple keyword. Use keywords, try out different keywords, because VAs might refer to tasks with a slightly different word to you, dependent on their culture and where they're from. So try out different keywords if you're struggling to find people. Use filters inside Upwork, or any freelancer platform should have them, to drill down on your results. This will speed things up for you. Again, we'll show you how to do it shortly. Once you've shortlisted a number of applicants, look at their previous work history and their feedback from other people to make sure that you're disregarding any candidates that might not be suitable. So here's an example of a spreadsheet that my colleague, one of the co-founders here at eBusiness Boss, Sam, created when we were hiring a multilingual VA. So basically, you can see this was just done in Excel. There are actually about 5 or 6 additional tabs that you can't see. I've just included a screenshot. Sam is going to do another video to walk you through the entire process that we follow when we're hiring and training our VAs. So at some point there'll be a link above in this video so that you guys can watch that video. As you'll see, pretty straightforward. We have a column for the name of the applicant. Now, each of these, if you look closely, each of these applicant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this will actually be the name of the applicant. Each one you'll see is a hyperlink, and that will link to their Upwork profile. Upwork isn't the tidiest, so that just helps us find exactly the person that we were speaking to, and it's basically a decision matrix to help us make educated decisions. So for us here, we rated their English level. So as you can see, 1 if it was green was the best, 2 secondary if there's a question mark, maybe we didn't have enough information from them. Languages, so because we were hiring a multilingual VA, we needed them to speak, I think it was German and Italian. I might have that wrong, but it was basically more than 2 or 3 languages, I think. So here we've marked it green if they speak the languages that we required them to do so. And actually, because we were hiring more than one VA on this occasion, that's why you'll see some of them are green when they say French and Spanish, some of them green when they say German and French. So another column to highlight their relevant experience. This is really good to refer back to. And because you should be speaking to quite a lot of applicants, this helps you organise everything. Experience level, so this column here refers to the experience or skills that we've mentioned in the column before. Hourly rate, that's obviously important to us. We only want to be hiring people that is going to be cost effective and makes sense for the job in hand. And then rank 1 and stage 2 rank is basically after we've been through maybe the initial interview process, we'll grade them on how well they might have completed tasks or how well they communicated. So Sam will run you through this all in full. He's the expert when it comes to that, and I'll leave a link to the video when it's done. An extra bit of advice: it's quite normal for you to have a trial period with your VA. We're constantly reviewing our VA's performances even after we've hired them. So you need to put in place some sort of KPIs, meaning key performance indicators, to make sure they're performing to the level that you deem acceptable. Training is an absolute necessity. If you want the VA to do a job properly, unless they've got experience in the exact task that they'll be doing for you, you need to train them. So we train our VAs either with a complete written document, a full training guide that they can always refer to if they have any issues, or it could be, sometimes we do a series of videos and we'll send them the video and say, watch this, and then we might test them on it afterwards. So what I'm going to do for you guys now is actually show you how we would go about creating a job post in Upwork. And the example I'll show you guys is the one we would use for hiring a multilingual VA for our customer service. So let's jump into another screen and I'll show you guys how we do that. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm now in Upwork. And all I've done is gone jobs, post the job, and it will bring you to a screen like this. So for this job, obviously it's always going to be relevant to what you're actually trying to find in terms of virtual assistant, or you can apply this method to, it doesn't have to be customer service, it could be any job. So for us, we want short-term or part-time work on this occasion. Just hit continue. And yeah, the name of the post, so I've written a lot of this up just to save time, would just be customer service VA. Now you will need to select a category. So for us, customer service, customer service, customer service. Click next. Again, I've written up a description because I'm nice and I don't want to waste any of your time. So this was basically one that we'd used, or it's a snippet of one we used when we were hiring that multilingual VA. So we just said, we are a UK-based e-commerce business selling on the Amazon platform. We sell across Europe. We're looking for a customer service assistants to handle the customer service in each of these other marketplaces: Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. So again, here we expanded on this to let them know exactly what they'd be doing on a day-to-day basis, and you should do the same. The more information you include here, you don't need to write sort of a 10,000 word dissertation. Just give them the key information. Don't waffle. Keep it clear and concise. So also include a preferred skills and experience section. So for us, it was experience in customer service, preferably on Amazon. Wasn't, essential, but that was desirable. Fluent in written English and written Spanish. So obviously that would be dependent on which marketplace we were actually hiring for. So we'd expand on that a bit more here. Ability to commit to 7 days a week and used to working to deadlines. So again, you can add some additional project files here if you want, but for the sake of this example, we'll click next. So for us, this was an ongoing project. You can add some screening questions here. You can generate your own. They've got some preset ones, or you can require a cover letter. For us, we do normally ask a few questions about, their level of experience, because we're looking for really how attentive a VA will be. Sometimes we'll try and disguise a question hidden somewhere within a detailed job spec, just to make sure they've read everything thoroughly. So we might ask them to recall a rather strange word or something like that. So skills, you can enter skills here. If there's anything that you want to add, you don't have to do that, but it can help drill down on VAs that might suit the role that you're advertising for. On the next screen, so on this section here, we only really go to invite only, because we don't want everyone applying for this job. We only want people that we have handpicked. So for this one freelancer, if you've got the name of someone that you've shortlisted previously, you can enter that here. Any qualifications, add that in. Then you click next. Set your budget. So we pay by the hour. Entry, intermediate. I think intermediate it was for this one. And be honest about how long you expect this project to last. So our initial trial period is normally 3 to 6 months, but whatever suits you. This one for us was less than 30 hours a week. So it will look something like this. Review it, make sure you're happy with it. Post job now. 1 second while it loads. Okay, and this is the next screen I want to show you guys. So what you can do here is drill down using Upwork's filters on the type of freelancers that you're actually looking for. So they'll give you a load of pre-suggestions, but what I usually like to do is click filters, go for job success 90% and up. I want them to have earned more than £1,000 and upwards. The hourly rate, so for us, we might leave that, because we might look at a slightly more expensive VA if they've got the right skills. Multilingual VAs are obviously a bit more skilled than someone that might just be doing something a bit more basic. So English level here, we'd normally go for native or bilingual on this occasion, but this will just help you drill down. Now, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, countries that have a lower cost of living, obviously the people working there, their salaries on the whole are going to be lower. So if you were looking to, and what we will usually look for is maybe VAs based in the Philippines, you can enter the location Philippines here, and again it will show you VAs that fit that mold. And then it's up to you to go through each of these people. If you want to save them, you can hit the heart button and look at what they're offering, look at previous jobs. You only have to click on someone's profile. So we've got Cindy here, and Upwork will show you what they've earned, and it will also pull up any previous jobs that are relevant to the job that you're advertising. So go through it, do your due diligence, because you'll thank yourself in the long term. If you then want to invite somebody to apply to the job, you can click invite to job. Obviously, I'm not going to do that because this job is completely made up and I'll be wasting their time. But that's how you do it. Invite them to the job and then interview them. Build a spreadsheet, as we showed you earlier, just to review the process of each of your applicants. Take your time. I think to hire our first VA, my colleague, co-founder, good friend of mine, Sam, spent about 3 weeks doing it. So take your time. You'll thank yourself for it later. Guys, I hope you found this useful. If you have, please share it with a friend. We're trying to get our channel out there, and hit the like button. We'd appreciate that. If you haven't done already, subscribe to the eBusiness Boss channel, because we are constantly filling the channel with useful videos just like this. We appreciate every one of you that has subscribed. So yeah, there'll be more from us again very soon. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers, guys.